Hello fans, it's Jerron Dove. I'm back with another YouTube video, and as you can see, this another replica belt description, well, replica belt video. And as you can see, this is a belt primarily used on the WWE SmackDown brand. And let's get into it. Ta-da! This is a brand new replica of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. This is the belt that's currently defended on the SmackDown brand by Sheamus. It's also been held by superstars such as Daniel Bryan, Edge, Undertaker, Batista, Triple H. Pretty much every major star in the WWE has held this championship at one time or another over the last several years. So just a little bit of history on the belt, since I always like to do history before I get into my reviews or within the course of it. The World Heavyweight Championship was introduced to WWE really, if you want to get technical, you can go back to 2001, after the WWE bought World Championship Wrestling. WCW belts were defended in WWE for several months during the Invasion storyline. After the Invasion storyline ended, WWE unified the belts by having a one-night tournament. Chris Jericho, of course, won that, thereby becoming the first undisputed champion. And he held, of course, as undisputed champion, he held the WCW World Heavyweight title and WWF title at the same time. In 2002, the undisputed belts were they were consolidated into one brand new championship belt. But later that September, this version of the belt, which at the time was, I guess, just referred to as the world title, it was introduced to Raw by Triple H, and ever since then, the world title has been a separate belt, and primarily over the last several years it's been the belt featured on SmackDown. But I'm going to get into a few details of the belt. I ordered this belt off of eBay about 2 weeks ago, and believe it or not, this belt is used. It's a used title, but the person must have kept it in one area of his house and didn't mess with it at all, because as you can see by the detail on it, this thing is like brand new. You see the WWE logo, World Heavyweight Wrestling Champion lettering, the 4 jewels, the crown. I mean, just look at the floral design, blank nameplate. I mean, no visible scratches, blemishes at all. And another thing I failed to mention is that this is my first completely re-leathered championship belt. This belt was re-leathered, and what that means is that, of course, those in the belt community, replica belt community know, the wrestling belts that you buy at a WWE event or that you order online, for the most part, well, actually not for the most part, but they all come on simulated leather straps. And over time, the simulated leather straps get very non-durable. They even begin to crack from the wear and tear, and just over years, they just end up looking like crap. And I know a lot of people on in the replica belt community on YouTube, and I actually do too, I refer to the simulated leather straps as crap straps, because that's kind of what they become after time. But this belt was re-leathered, and you can just see the detail, just how smooth the leather is, and even just smell of it. This was a hand-tooled re-leather belt, and just remarkable, just the work that was done to it, as you can see. And to test this flexibility is with all replica belts, just to see how different it is, just a little, that stuff that that type of flexibility you cannot do with a wrestling belt that you would buy from a WWE live event. You could not do this with it. If you did, it would leave permanent marks. But as you can see, just so flexible and durable. And that's not the only feature of this belt. The best feature of this belt is what's behind it, and that is a ridiculously detailed and lovely, and I don't even know if this camera probably doesn't do it justice, but the backing of this belt, all croc skin. Now this is best of the best, and this is actually how the World Championship belt is on SmackDown. Red croc backing, and I don't know how you can see it. I guess I gotta see the video myself and how it turns out, but I mean, I really just this camera just doesn't do justice to how spectacular this backing is. And of course the backing, it covers all of the screws, and on the releathered belt, except for, you know, the nameplate screws on a releathered belt, all of the you know, screws and things are normally not visible. They're covered by the backing, and that's the case of the belts on TV as well. They're covered by a black real leather backing. So this belt is really, of everything in my collection, this is probably without question the most TV quality belt you could find. I really think that if you know, if they happen to lose the world title one night, or it got lost at the airport or whatnot, then they could probably, this belt would certainly pass for the real deal. If it were used on TV, you wouldn't be able to even tell that it was a replica belt. This title is just incredible, just great value. It's by far the best belt I've ever gotten, I've ever ordered off of eBay. I like to order most of my belts through, you know, belt retailers like AJS Belts, you know, even, you know, Wrestling Superstore, but I definitely just couldn't pass this up. This was it's a belt I've always wanted. I've always wanted a version of the WWE World Heavyweight title. Of course, the curve to the plate, which you can see, you know, the plate is curved, the main plate, which gives it just a more realistic television-like feel to it, and just incredible quality. This really is, and I say this all the time when I do a belt video. I always say that the latest belt I'm reviewing is the best in my collection, but this really is a standout belt. There have been several times since I've gotten this where I just, you know, take it out from under my bed and just stare in amazement in it, because this is just truly just incredible. And I know a lot of people sell their belts, you know, after a while. Of course, this belt I ordered off of eBay, but this is a belt, unless, you know, God tells me to, I will never give this belt away or be selling it. This is something that will be in my collection for the rest of my life, and just incredible. Just glad to have it, and that's, I guess, pretty much all I have to say about it. You fans, of course WWE fans, you know this has been a very interesting week in WWE. We've had the 1000th edition of Raw. A lot of developments have come from it. They're leading up to SummerSlam, and SummerSlam, as far as right now, I think has momentum to be one of the best WWE pay-per-views of the year. There's just so much going on in WWE with the CM Punk heel turn, the announcement of Rock wrestling for the WWE title at the Royal Rumble, of course Brock Lesnar and Triple H coming up in a few weeks at SummerSlam, and just a lot of overall, it's a lot of more excitement for the product than probably experienced since WrestleMania time. So looks like WWE is definitely on the right track as far as the product is concerned. Upcoming in the next few weeks, I will definitely have some more replica belts. I have 2 more on the way, and they will also be 2 more re-leathered belts. One is a brand new belt I ordered out the gate, and the other is a belt I ordered off of eBay, the regular version of it, but I've sent it to get re-leathered. So both of those belts should be back, I would say, probably an 8-week turnaround, maybe 6 to 8 week turnaround. So I'm expecting those belts to arrive, I would say, late August, early September at the latest. So I cannot wait to get those belts and review them. And after those 2 belts, I can conclusively say that I will not be ordering any more belts for the remainder of the year. I think I've got enough right now. I will definitely order some in the future, but definitely not for the rest of this year. So after my next 2 replica belt videos, I will be mainly doing videos on other wrestling paraphernalia, wrestling items I have in my collection, and even probably some more anime things, because I really need to get back to doing anime stuff. But hope you all enjoyed it, and just to give one more just look at this awesome quality, just the shine and luster, just whoo, I tell you, does not get better than this when it comes to a replica wrestling belt. This is just the utmost quality, and just, you know, the floppiness, just to demonstrate right there, just look how loose that strap is. Hope you enjoyed it, and have a great day. Later.